from Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado. It's week 8 and Major League Rugby playoff spots are up for grabs as the Glendale Raptors host the Houston SaberCats in Rugby Town, USA. Hello and welcome, rugby fans. I'm Dallin Stanford, joined alongside by former USA captain Brian Visit, and this season has flown by.
Oh, it certainly has, Dallin. Just 3 weeks left in the regular season. All the teams still jockeying for those top 4 spots, and you got teams losing 6 or 7 players to national team duty, so it's going to make for a very interesting last few weeks.
Well, let's take a look at the standings. Happy reading if you're the Glendale Raptors.
Oh, it certainly is. They sit at 5-0, just a bonus point or a victory away from reclaiming that top spot. And you look at the Houston SaberCats, they've only won 1 game. They bring up the rear, but they are confident that they can give this Glendale team their first loss of the season. Let's take a look at some of those recent results by this Houston SaberCats team. You can see they only won 1 game. That was the second game of the season, but those 5 losses, a combined 19 points. This team could very easily be 4-2 instead of 1-5. And let's take a look at some of the highlights from a couple of the recent games against Utah. That was a barn burner, 36-30. They came out on the short end of that one, but it was Jose Kalinasau that scores a try here. When they get it right, they get it right. The Houston SaberCats, a nice try there. And then Connor Murphy, this ball just squirts out the scrum. He scores a try, gave the SaberCats the lead at that point, but Utah would come back to take that one. And then last week against a very good Seattle team, they played them tough to the SaberCats, but it was only 1 score by Charlie Hewitt. And if you look at this Houston SaberCats lineup presented by Aviva, Australian Jake Turnbull anchors the front row. The veteran Matt Truville is wearing the 5 tonight. Sam Windsor, a dynamic fly-half who look to unleash this back line. Look for former NFLer center Joey Josefo to pound some holes in that defense. And again, they play a Raptors team. They're losing some players to the Eagles, but still a formidable side.
Oh, they really are. But 3 of the games they've played, they won with 7 points or less. So this could be very exciting indeed today. 5-0 so far in the regular season, the Glendale Raptors, and they have plenty of talent stacked across their board. The recent results, take a look at that. They first took out Austin 41-26. A very tough game against Seattle, just 4 points the difference. And then a high-scoring affair against Utah, 36-29. Well, in their last couple of games, it was a San Diego Legion that really brought the heat here at Infinity Park. But it was Zach Fenolio, the hooker/flanker, really stood up when the moments needed to be counted, and he scored the match winner there. Absolutely delighted with that affair. Then they went on the road after that, 47-10 victory, 7 tries in it all in all. The forwards doing the hard grunt up front, and John Poole getting over for this try. And not to be outdone, Sam Fig, the import, intercepts this and goes the full distance. Well, he was well supported as well by the backline. Will McGee, man of the match performance in this outing, and the super stuff there from the Glendale side to remain unbeaten. Well, head coach Dave Williams, he's got some big decisions to make with his lineup. 5 current Eagles out, and the lineup brought to you by the Hampton Inn and Suites. Expect Khalifi Fatfida, Casey Rock, and Sam Fig in the pack. Look for Maximo de Archibald shifts to fly half for this game. The back line is anchored by Chad London in center, and Seth Hulleman is the fullback. Captain Zach Fenolio. We're ready for what should be a cliffhanger, so stay with us, rugby fans. We'll be right back with the first half kickoff.
Major League Rugby is brought to you by Westera Credit Union, the official credit union of the Glendale Raptors. Carry the Raptors experience. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blend Irish whiskey. And by Guinness, a proud partner of the Glendale Raptors. Guinness, made of more. These Houston Keys are brought to you by Made You Smile. The Raptors win a lot of ball with their forwards, so the SaberCats want to win that physical battle in the forward pack. It's a relatively new pairing for the Raptors, so the SaberCats will be putting a lot of pressure on the 9 and 10. And Houston has some good aerial artists, so look for them to really sky high in that area. And
Glendale Raptors, well, they're pretty satisfied with their defense. They'll need to be sharp, though, with this Houston backline on attack, and they need to disrupt the SaberCats at breakdown as well. And on attack, good decision-making is very important. So we're ready to rumble here. Chris Asmus has the whistle from left to right. It's the Houston SaberCats in yellow and black, kicking off to the home side, the Glendale Raptors. Cook catches this one nicely inside the 22. Early ball for Luke White. He attacks the line, a big front row forward. He can fill in at lock as well, the tall timber. The Archibald spiral kick has been taken back and hits it directly into touch. So they're going to come back to the 22. First error goes against the Glendale Raptors.
Beautiful kick, but a little bit too much weight by Max Archibald. And as the referee, Chris Asmus, said, that ball was brought back inside the 22. That's why it's going to be a line out inside the 22, where Max kicked it from, and it's going to be a Houston throw. So a nice break early on for this Houston SaberCats team.
First line out here for this Houston side.
That's the last time we have that kind of a delay before a line out, so we have to get in.
Mackie Rara, the 27-year-old from Flushing, New York. They go to the middle.
Maul.
Good ball at the back with the captain, Cal Sumption. Breaks away. Couldn't find his man in Slater. Ball is still available there as Dodgeball comes in. Hits Windsor. And then forcing the turnover, Felipe Fafita.
Holding on.
Where you capitalize, boys? 5 men. Amy. 40-20.
Yeah, great steal by Fafita. Max Archibald made a great play right there, coming up from behind, and watch Fafita go right over the top. Good body position, good strength.
Let's go sideline to Mark Stabina right now.
Coaches before the game, both were very confident going into this game. Coach Justin Fitzpatrick for Houston was very happy with their game last week against Seattle despite losing, and he's confident going into today. And I caught up with the assistant coach, Kieran Browner for Glendale. He doesn't believe that his team has played their best yet, despite being undefeated so far.
On attack, and here it comes through. Cody O'Neill, the man from Oregon, starting for the Glendale side. Halleman comes to the short side. Cruze, the youngster, can certainly step and operate. Well handled there by Matt Truville. Truville getting involved. The Walrus turns things over for this Houston side.
Great defensive play by Truville. Just picked Cruze up, took him into touch, and it's going to be a Houston throw. So excellent defensive work by Houston once again. There wasn't a whole lot on this outside lane for Cruze. He did well to cut back inside, stayed on his feet, but then watch the defensive effort by Truville. Good strength, celebrating his 33rd birthday tomorrow. Congratulations, happy birthday to him. And a nice defensive play.
Another line out here for the SaberCats. They went to the middle last time. Took too long to get things going, but it was Glendale that were shifting it to the line out, so it's a penalty for the visiting side.
It's a free kick.
Early breaks going the SaberCats' way. They haven't caught a whole lot of breaks throughout this season.
Yeah, he's up early and he's jumping across.
Like the strength
I
of their
can't play on if he
pack.
closes the space.
It's an area of domination they've had in the scrum, so it'll be interesting to see this first scrum of the match. If they can assert the... Good look at here at this lineup.
Let's just fix that.
A lot of shift, and then you can see Casey Rocco's in the channel. That was the infraction.
So here's the battle. Jake Turnbull up front, the 24-year-old from Sydney, Australia. He goes against Luke White. And Luke White also from his hometown. So a real battle there with the Aussies up front. Look for Macklin and Fafita as well going head-to-head. Ball at the back here. Slater Feeds Esdale. A blindside wing comes flying in. Good short ball there from inside centre. Joe Yosefa. And Yosefa, though, has turned things over.
Big load in the midfield for this Houston SaberCats. Former NFL player is Joey Yosefa. Played a little bit with the Buccaneers and the Patriots. So let's see if Connor Cook comes in here. Connor Cook wearing that 7 jersey, rips that ball free.
Here we go, boys.
Centre field scrum here for the Glendale Raptors. Jake Christman has this one. Just 18 years of age. One of the players who comes through the Raptor Academy. Head coach Dave Williams very pleased with the young players that are feeding in, and Mike Cruze is one of them as well, and he's on the wing today.
Yeah, excuse me, boys.
Yeah, Christman comes from the Royal Irish Rugby program.
We just need a height
in
improvement from you,
Indianapolis.
and bring your legs up, please.
National champions in 2017. Really good rugby program. Good shot of that scrum collapse being reset by referee Chris Asmus.
Bind.
Options here for Glendale.
Set.
Halleman on the right-hand side, and on the left, De Archibald. Good ball for De Archibald as he goes wide. The Rhinoceros, Chad London in open space. The former Eagles centre busts through. London does well, just outside the 22. Difficult ball to take. Vanolo flicks it off the deck. De Archibald looping around. It's still play on with Halleman. Thought about putting it to the foot, then cuts back in. Glendale on attack, just over minute 5. And he comes to Dylan Fawcett, the 27-year-old, known as the GOAT. Benolio in midfield. Good balls. They crash up to Casey Rock, the tall timber at 6'9". London comes wide to Fig. Sam Fig, bit of space to operate. Gets the Fen working. The Australian number 8 lays it out. Still with this Raptor side. Benolio yet again in the movement. One of the highest work rates in the forward pack. Ball over the top. There's space to operate. Chasing down. What a take, what a kick! Get out of here! Harley Davidson streaks away for the opening score. And it was Maximo D'Archibald. Pure genius.
What a perfectly weighted kick it was by Max D'Archibald. And Harley Davidson still had a little bit of work to do. Outdueled his opposite number. Look at this beautiful kick by Max D'Archibald. He hasn't played a whole lot of fly half this year, but perfectly weighted kick to Harley Davidson. Excellent start for this Glendale squad. Oh, look at this, should be a great angle here. Beautiful shot of that ball, just perfectly weighted right into the hands of Harley Davidson. Dream start for this Glendale Raptor squad.
Well, the skills from Maximo D'Archibald. Grew up in Buenos Aires, Argentina. He used to kicking around a soccer ball at a young age. We've seen him carve up defenses with the chip and chase. This time, puts his winger over. Sideline conversion. This one hits towards the uprights and goes over. 7-0 after 7 minutes. The Glendale Raptors, a stunning start. Let's go field side to Mark Stabina.
Should this game come down to goal kicks, they usually have their own weapon in Sam Benzo. He is the leading point scorer of this competition with 82 points. And second is, of course, Glendale.
Is that a knock on, Adam? Backwards? Thank
This
you.
one went backwards. The restart there, and it's definitely going to come down to the boot of the young fly-halves. That one, lucky for this Glendale side. They keep it in hand, though, do the Raptors. Malifa flicks it back in the inside. Davidson yet again. Still alive here, Fawcett. Dylan Fawcett, hard running. Hooker on the charge. This one through the back. Fenolio again to clean things up for his side. At times, a bit scrappy for the home team. They get a full-on penalty, not rolling away. Pinged there was Charlie Hewitt.
Put your hand up, Cody. Talk to him.
Harley Davidson, one of those players that Coach Davey Williams talks about every week. We chat with him how much improved it keeps getting better week in and week out. We just saw a burst through the midfield, and another Seth Halliman playing fullback today. Both these guys continue to improve every time they step on the pitch. There's a look at that Houston penalty. Not rolling away was that call against Charlie Hewitt, the try score from last week.
Inside.
Fawcett, born in Ireland, got 2 caps for the United States in the ARC. They go to Fig at the back. To Archibald, flat ball. They fire it in there with Cody O'Neill.
Stay back, Houston.
Around the halfway line. Glendale through for Feeder. Still working the same way. London, a standing start, but he's powerful. Still alive. To Archibald, a couple of stutter steps from the Sevens maestro. Now Fawcett to the line. Played some games with Rugby United, New York. Ball was lost and then pinched and then stolen yet again. It's back and forth. I think the SaberCats, they had it, but it's illegal.
Cecil Garber lost his footing on that one. Yeah, it did look like a good Houston seal. They needed that too. Looks for the Archibald to put this one down deep. And again, very precise in his kicking. Hasn't played a whole lot of fly half this year with Will McGee, the incumbent Glendale Raptors fly half, but with him away with Eagle duty, it's a good chance for the Archibald to get back in that 10 jersey. There it looks like the steal, but nice work it was by Glendale. And then off the feet, playing off the feet was the call. Just like that, Glendale back in attacking position again. How many times have we seen the line-out drives? Look for Zach Fenolio to have a presence in this line-out drive. He's playing scrum half right now.
You have 2 receivers, time off. If it happens again, it's a free kick. Are you in or out? Okay, can he be at 10 meters in? He wasn't.
Referee Asmus just saying that you're not the receiver. You need to be 10 meters away, which is come off Jake Christman further back. So here they go now, taken by Cook. Fenolio's just lurking to the left-hand side of picture. Now he's the receiver. Fawcett still with him. Glendale. Work through their forwards. White's on the left-hand side. Options left and right. To Archibald, flat ball to Malifa. Drawn pass. Harley Davidson yet again! Oh my goodness! Davidson, burning rubber on the outside. It's try number 2 for the Glendale Raptors.
Davidson benefits again from an unbelievable setup. I think he's going to congratulate Atta Malifa on this one. What quick hands it was by Atta Malifa. Again, one of these veterans on this Glendale Raptors team, skilled veteran. Just the quick hands, a little shovel out to Harley Davidson, and again, what a finish it was. Look at that, showed it both ways, took out 2 men, and Harley Davidson just able to scamper in, but another beautiful team try by this Glendale Raptors unit.
Atta Malifa, former Beaumont Shawn Denver Barbarians player. He's been around for an age. And the young blood coming in there, the Harley Davidson, just the link to finish. And when you create so much and you've got gas on the outside, so hard to stop. And
the big question mark coming in, was Glendale's depth enough to beat this Houston SaberCats team? There's only one player, Paul Mullen, who's going to be propping for the U.S. tomorrow. But there's 5 Glendale Raptors in that 23-man squad for the USA. So they've done such a great job of creating depth in this program. Davey Williams and Ted Brunner have done fantastic work. Here's another angle of that last try. And look at the little show back on the inside. That's what froze that defense on the outside. Harley Davidson able to trot in.
So 12-0 after 12 minutes here at Infinity Park. It's week 8 in Major League Rugby. Dylan Fawcett flicks it up high, almost a hospital pass there for Fafita. Goes back and ducks down under a couple of would-be shoulders. Archibald inside his 22, fires a spiral down, and first look at the counter-attack here we'll see of the Houston side, and it comes through Vithi, Joshua Vithi, 7 aside for Fiji. Gonna high tackle on that far side. It will be Houston that can pop their way downfield.
High tackle.
It's a good long kick by Max Archibald, fielded well though by Joshua Vithi. As you get a look at a little bit of a blood from Cecil Garber.
Fallout Blues. If that ball stays alive, just move back.
So we missed that kick there. It wasn't out and dodgeable. Then put it downfield. So it's a line out here for the Houston side in a good attacking position. Down by those early 2 tries. Haven't had a lot of possession at all. They go to the front. Good take at the line out. Windsor, though, goes way over him to the top. Yosefa's got to clean things up. He runs into Luke White. Now looping around there, Hewitt. You can see on the right, but they're looking for Windsor on the left-hand side. Not rolling away, so another penalty for the SaberCats.
Roll clear.
Sam Fig paying that time.
Shot a goal.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have our first shot at points here for the Houston SaberCats. Little wind into their face, it feels like here. But it's going to be Sam Windsor, as Mark said, the league's leading scorer. Going to give a chance for this Houston SaberCats to get on the board. And if you're new to rugby, here's a few things for the rookies. 15 active players, 8 reserves on each squad. Everybody plays offense and defense. 5 different ways to score if you're counting the penalty trap. There's no forward passes. And here's one of the ways to score, a 3-pointer here, penalty kick attempt by Sam Windsor.
Got the most penalties in the league so far. Sam Windsor with that right boot of his, fires it downfield. Will stay to the left-hand side. Score remains 12-0. So 22-meter dropout, and a good crowd has assembled here behind Coach Fitzpatrick and the Houston SaberCats.
No, unbelievable atmosphere here at Infinity Park. What a beautiful night to play rugby, and they certainly do put on a show here at Glendale.
Pangilinan has knocked this one. First touch for the Eagles 7s and 15s star. He will not be happy with that, with the 29-year-old.
No, he won't. Always exciting to watch him with ball in hand. That time maybe just took his eyes off it a little bit. Came up, wasn't expecting that bounce. There was that knock on. Good call by Chris Asmus. But all that does is put Glendale in another great attacking position. You see Harley Davidson just behind Max Diacheval, so danger for Houston. They got to be aware of both ways, outside of inside of Max Diacheval.
And look for Ata Malifa midfield. Here it comes, Glendale. Malifa gets the switch, knocks it on. Double knock though.
So the Raptors return the favor for Houston. Now they're put in. They're going to have split backs. Looking forward to seeing Jasoa Vithi when he stretches his legs wearing that 11 jersey for the SaberCats. You don't, and unfortunately there is Malifa with that unforced error.
SaberCats defend. They're 22. Fed here by Chris Slater. Cyprus, Texas from their break around the fringe. Good ball here for the SaberCats as they bollock away through Sumption to the halfway line. What a run from the number 8. Leading by example. Vithi comes in a halfback, then pushed aside. It's Truval to the halfway line. SaberCats will want to get on the scoreboard quickly if they can. Ranging up there. Again over the halfway line. Involved there was Cecil Garber. Now Windsor puts it high. It's contestable. Vithi ranging down. Big collision by Davidson. And now Halliman fires it away. Here they arrange with O'Neill. O'Neill open space. Gets the switch. Malifa gets it this time before he struck down Luke White at first receiver. London, no look pass. Fenolio's ball is loose. Flag stays down. Cruze almost had it stripped there. Christman gets it going, and that one's been knocked on.
It was all backwards over there. Not going over here.
A couple of sloppy handles by both squads. You see Zach Fenolio, he shaking his head. He knew he missed Mika Cruze on that outside flank. Had a little bit of green ahead of him. It was behind him. He was able to recover, but then Cody O'Neill knocked on. Here we're going to see the knock on. Yeah, O'Neill just took his eyes off that ball.
Yeah, just show me the shoulder height.
SaberCats looking to feed this. So each team plays 4 home and 4 away games. And for this Houston side, well, they played Utah twice and MLR twice this season. Glendale plays San Diego and Seattle twice in this inaugural season as Windsor. Tacks the line, goes wise to Kalenisau. Asia Kalenisau cuts through. Look at the Fijian Sevens captain. Great breakout by him. It's been knocked on, though.
Scrum advantage.
He's touched there by Yasepa. So just a scrum advantage for Glendale if they need it. Fig! Beautiful pass on the outside. Advantage is now over. They've gone into touch. So Houston will come away with possession here.
Really nice break by Glendale that time. Quick hands. That's what they excel in. And you can see it on this outside flank. The quick hands right there by Fig. Halleman did well here, getting that ball back inside. Already bundled into touch, so good defense by Houston. Again, that up pressure defense really put the pressure on the Glendale Raptors.
Yeah, good contest here.
Not even close to being in straight there. If you're new to rugby, that ball's got to be straight down that channel.
Time off,
water way break. Over to the outside
yeah,
channel.
good call, 20 minutes. Water break.
We're going to take a 60-second break. Stay with us, don't go away, rugby fans. It's 12-0. The Glendale Raptors lead Houston. Two tries from speedster Harley Davidson is the difference so far between these teams. And a big crowd has assembled here at Infinity Park to witness Week 8 action.
Yeah, Dallin, beautiful atmosphere at Infinity Park, and the crowd is really swelled. They knew they're going to sell a lot of tickets for this match. It's a beautiful night here in Glendale. And they're out here to support their hometown team, the Glendale Raptors, looking for win number 6 in a row. Get back on top of the Major League Rugby standings. And they're off to a really good start. A couple of mishandles, but again, there's a lot of new combinations in this Glendale Raptor squad. There's a look at this crowd that continues to pour into Infinity Park.
I tried the Glendale side looking to make the Major League Rugby playoffs. It's being hosted here at Infinity Park on June 30th. And then the Major League Rugby Championship match will take place in San Diego on July 7th as Vic picks up at the base. Number 8 is well handled on that occasion.
Arms on the ground first.
Glendale get a penalty though.
Elbows
not
on the ground,
supporting their
on the
body weight, the SaberCats.
Referee Chris Asmus said the Houston player had his hands on the ground first. And Max Diacheval looking to make them pay again. Precision kick all the way down to about the 5-meter line. Such a valuable weapon Diacheval is at fly half. They don't lose anything going from Will McGee to Max Diacheval.
Yeah, inside foot on the line.
Really just suffocated the SaberCats side. Haven't had many opportunities at all. Their back three, one of the most dangerous back three in the business with Kalenisau. You've got Pangilinan, Esdale. Of course, the speedster, Vithi also. So they go to the front here. Casey Rock is the recipient of the line out. They get the maul drive going now. Luke Whitehead has at the back. The shot put champion puts his head down as Finally set at ruck time. And the defense from the SaberCats holds on there inside the 22.
Great defense out time by the SaberCats, stopping that line-out ball. We have seen this so many times where the Glendale Raptors have such a really good concentrated and orchestrated drive, but that time the Houston SaberCats put a stop to it. Great turnover. Chris Asmus said that ball was not coming out, caught up in the air. Excellent defense by the Cats.
Crouch. Bind.
So Chris Slater play with the Dallas Reds as well. Also the Athletic Mariston New Zealand. Big shove here from the Glendale side, but it does come with Captain Sumption.
Stay back, stay back.
So Windsor is
Still
very deep in that in goal.
2 feet here, 2 feet.
Looking to clear the lines. The men from Texas. Fakes it, which means cuts his angle in half. And there'll be a carbon copy line out there for the Raptors.
Just about 5 meters deeper that time. Yeah, there was so much pressure on Windsor.
That line.
When they got that ball, watch this scrum.
Inside the lineup, please.
Good scrum by the Raptors here. When Sumption gets us, he's basically on the try line. So that leaves no room at all, hardly, for Windsor to clear. And good pressure by the Raptors forced that line out.
O'Neill has this. Over the Ponsonby Rugby Club in Auckland, New Zealand as well. Talented youngster.
He's legal.
Ball being stolen though by the SaberCats, so great steal from them. And now here they go, Viti. Looking for work off that wing. Windsor standing very flat. Pops this one out, gets better distance, does the fly off.
Another great defensive effort by the Houston SaberCats forward pack. That's 2 in a row, and usually we see success from that line-out drive for the Raptors, but this time, and just a moment ago, the SaberCats cut him short.
Are we in or are we out?
Steal possession. Beautiful turnover ball by the Cats.
And so, short numbers in the line-out for the Glendale side. The opposition has to match them.
Thank you.
So, stacked with forwards and the backs by the Glendale Raptors. Same with the Houston side on defense. Fawcett is accurate to Fig. Flat ball to Fenolio, first receiver's got Malifa carried through off the left. Malifa looking for the fan. That's Malifa busting free inside the 22.
The ball down.
Ball not available. Oh, and there's going to be a talking to here. Asmus goes into his pocket. And he's going to pull out a very colourful card.
Captain number 9.
Kyle. Good understanding between the two of them.
So it's the same penalty over here after a line break. He's on the hands first and then back onto the ball. Yellow card. Off feet.
Tough break for the Houston SaberCats. Chris Slater, the scrum half is going to come off. There's going to be a shuffle in that Houston back line, and again, that's what they can ill afford.
Off feet, scrum goal.
And here's what the Raptors do. They go to the scrum. Great veteran play by Zach Fenolio. And just perfectly timed pass and line of running by Atta Malifa came through that line. That's what set up that penalty. And now they got the scrum with a split back line. Houston's going to be a little short here at this scrum. There's nobody going to be guarding Jake Chrisman, the scrum half for this Glendale squad. Let's see where he goes.
So 15 players against 14. 10 minutes in the bin. Slater has Chrisman. Fig takes it at the back. Fig himself. Well stopped. 5 meters out. The Glendale Raptors surging for try number 3. They got space here on the far side. Big, strong tackle there on Harley Davidson.
Tackle!
Kalenisau that went in. Now Fawcett for the line. He looks to be over. It is. What a score! Dylan Fawcett, the GOAT from Ireland, grabs try number 3 for the home side.
No, he was very close, and then he placed it on the line.
Another well-worked try by this Glendale Raptor squad, and they had the urgency to take advantage of the yellow card. Too many times this season, we've seen just teams take their foot off the pedal when they've had that man advantage. Harley Davidson did really well, though, with his help from his teammates to get it down close. Had lots of attention. And maybe just a little short on that initial one. Momentum carried him over on that second attempt. Referee Chris Asmus said, yes, the grounding was good. And quickly are the Glendale Raptors to strike on that power play.
Stunning work there from Dylan Fawcett, set to get married in August.
Yeah, I understand
big
that.
for him with his Eagles debut in February.
Issue at the moment, it's happened a few times. Can we get the lineup sorted?
Familiar figure, Maximo de Archibald, yet again from that right-hand touchline.
I want you to show me.
This one will stay to the right, so 17-0. It's Glendale Raptors that lead after 26 minutes.
Good look at our try score. Not being used for the U.S. in tomorrow's match against Russia. Free to play here for Glendale. And I'm sure David Williams is happy about that. And again, you know, with all the changes, there's 5 changes. They're really not missing a whole lot. They just slot in another talented player.
De Archibald goes high, but towards the touchline, stopping any form of a quick throw-in or counter-attack from this SaberCat back three.
Last lineup for Houston was not in straight. They got to improve in that regard. And here's the reshuffle. Now you see Kalinasa going at scrum half with Slater in the bid.
That's where Kalinasa played for Fiji in the Sevens World Series and Olympics. He's ball to Windsor. Behind the back they go. Vithi cuts in. Tackle by De Archibald to bring him down. It's the SaberCats. Finally on attack. Windsor has to go in and play 9. Number 12. Offside advantage. Go. Left-hand side they try to go. Just in the way was Yosefa. But Kalinasa wants to go quickly and speed things up here. His captain tells him otherwise.
Number 12 offside.
Decision time here. Adam Malifa called with the offside. Okay, so down 17-0. Houston know they have to score some tries here. That looks like a good touch finder by Windsor down deep. 5 meters out, about 7 meters out rather. So good break for Houston. There's the offside. Yep, Adam Malifa started the engines just a little bit too soon that time.
Yeah, no delay, please. In the lineup right away.
Chance here for the SaberCats. Diego Maquiera, fortnight champion. Has to be on the money with us. Taking their time. Over the top they go, but it's still with the SaberCats. Sumption at the back, Kalinasau in. Houston, numbers on the left-hand side. They work through their forward pack. Windsor waits. Still they keep it tight. Surging for those posts in the middle of the field. Couple of low bodies diving in close.
Advantage offside.
Now they have a penalty advantage. This is what they want. On the front foot. Pangolinan slips to the right-hand side. Kalinasau goes to the left with Windsor. Windsor steps in. Couldn't get his pass away. No advantage coming. Watch Kalinasau. He's so dangerous.
Number 6 offside.
Oh.
Advantage for the knock.
Advantage for Felonio. That was a forward pass.
Here. Knock
But
over there.
wow, too quick, too cool. We said to watch him. Take your eyes off him and he'll knock on a penalty in front of the uprights.
Wow, his own teammates are watching him.
Knock on you.
But how about the heads-up play by Zach Fenolio? Unfortunately for the Glendale Raptors, that was a forward pass, but so quick, you got to play the referee's whistle. Everybody kind of stopped for him, and watch it right here.
Especially because he came to your side.
Everybody saw it was a knock. There was a bit of a static moment, but not from Zach Fenolio. Just quickly snapped that ball up. Chad London just a little bit in front of him.
Knock on Houston.
But almost another good play by combining a couple of veteran players. The Raptors dodge a bullet on that one. That would have been a huge momentum boost for this Houston SaberCats team with a man down if they could have got a try there.
Ball available.
They've been so close this season in so many of their games. Big Ezra at the back. Now Halliman with a good step. Halliman cuts in. Set to Halliman. Look at him ranging away. Couple of stutter steps. Rounding people like parked cars. Figures there in support. This is brilliant. Ball over the top. Knocked on. Just as I get the superlatives out.
Can you not do that? Don't do that, please. It's a knock-on.
Yeah, Sam Fig. We've seen Chris Asmus on a number of occasions. Just too much talking from
I didn't say anything, but now
some of the players.
Is this a bad picture?
Sam Fig, a nice break. There was the knock by Crispin, just a little bit. This Glendale Raptors team so dangerous. Seth Halliman, though, with a nice break in the middle of the field.
After your player pushes him back.
Halliman traveled to South Africa in 2010, and he picked up the game because his neighbours were throwing a ball around at the park. And he's represented the US in the Sevens game and really been a stalwart for this Glendale side.
Yeah, continues to improve. We talked about it earlier on. Dave Williams has a lot of praise for Halliman. And you combine that with Harley Davidson and Meeker Cruz on this side. 3 young players that have a lot of moves, a lot of wheels, and good ball handlers as well. So really developing here with the Raptors Academy.
Set.
8 minutes to go in the first half. It's 17-0. 3 tries scored by the Glendale Raptors. Houston SaberCats struggle to get possession. And when they do, they have to put it to the boot like that through Windsor. Pangolinas are racing after this. Davidson has this. The winger does well for the home side. And then getting involved there is Charlie Hewitt. Hewitt's uncle, Timothy, is head of security for the Queen of England. And he does well in defense there as well, just like his uncle.
Yeah, I love that. Good defensive play again by Houston. Harley Davidson couldn't get the floor, couldn't get to the floor. That's why there's turnover ball. He did well to retain that possession.
But again,
then again, the Houston defense just so quick. Could not get his knee, even though, the referee, Chris Asmus, had called maul. He never got down, so good turnover ball once again by Houston.
Osia Kalanisau. Pictured on the Fijian $7 bill. Feeds the scrum. Spinning around is that scrum, and
gone through 90.
Going to reset here, says referee Asmus.
Yeah. Be out of that space altogether. No, I want you out of it.
After that early score by Dylan Fawcett with the man advantage, they haven't been able to get
just gone through 90 boys.
Much going has the Glendale Raptors. It was good defense again by Houston that thwarted that last attempt. Still their possession. You see the clock ticking down on Slater's yellow card offense, so love to hold off this Glendale attack until Slater gets back to their full strength.
Set.
Houston, balls available. Kalanisau picks and goes himself. Good short balls, they steam through. Joey Yosefa, the 26-year-old from Paga. Now looping around, there's Chris Coyle. Arizona State play, he's driven backwards. Only for Eagle to get his shoulders warm. Sumption. Yet again. Now Windsor to the left-hand side. Cutting back in his VT. Strong ball carrier. Early in the season, he beat 14 players in the opposition to score one of the tries of the series. It's available there still for the SaberCats. Reaching the 22. Better stuff from the side. 5 minutes to go in the first half. It's Kalanisau egging on his side.
Leave it now.
Glendale done well in defense. A wall in front of Sumption. Takes on Fawcett, then White comes in as well. Sumption wins the contact zone, gets up yet again. Into the 22, it's clever stuff from the number 8. Now Kalanisau picks and drives himself. The gap closed quickly.
It's
for the half gap.
Available. Use it.
Yellow card offense is up. Next play, they'll be back to 15.
First arriver's got his knee on the tackled player.
The Walrus, slow ball for the SaberCats as coach Justin Fitzpatrick looks on. Beautiful ball then at VT! Off the wing, tries to get the pass back in field. It's going to be play on. Makiera look to be held up here as Glendale. Keep it up now, it hits the ground. Referee Asmus said the defense is good. It's turned over the maul to the ground.
I've seen the ball go backwards.
Chad London was the last one to get off the ground. Connor Cook as well. And Sam Fig. Boy, what a one-on-one tackle that was. Was it Max Diachval that made that one-on-one tackle with Vithi flying through? That saved a sure try. There's the pickup. There's Chad London with help from Connor Cook. Yeah, Cook did a really good job, I think, right there, just keeping the Houston player up on his feet, and then that ball collapses, not coming out. There you see referee Chris Asmus award the scrum to Glendale. We've seen that on a few occasions, Dallin. Good defensive effort, down deep, desperate defense by both these sides, preventing further tries.
Yeah, just alignment. We just need to move further left, their head on head. Yeah. Move back.
Chris Slater, number 9, is back on for Houston, so full strength are the SaberCats.
Yep. Just so they're not head on head on this side.
Well, they just conceded 5 points there. Dylan Fawcett try while the man was in the sin bin. Not a bad effort from the visiting team. Big second half needed from them, though. Altitude will come into play as Glendale look to close things out here in the first 40.
Stay here.
Chrisman has Archibald flat with Malifa stepping back in. The veteran Malifa takes play well into the 22. And this one comes out at Pangilinan. From a Guam soccer player, looks for a counter-attack with Joshua Vithi. Vithi can operate, throws the dummy, has his Fijian Sevens teammate Kalenisau there. Loop is still available. Great break, Slater. Immediate impact.
Keep moving, 7.
Houston with Windsor. Contact there on Charlie Hewitt, the 23-year-old, the man from Plymouth, England. Sumption gets into a half gap of his own.
Leave it now.
Looping around there, Jake Turnbull. Turnbull, former Glendale Raptor. His dad played for the Wallabies. Great rugby stock he comes from. Windsor, wide ball. This is where they get dangerous. Kalenisau, Pangilinan, cuts through. It's Vithi on the outside. Joshua Vithi! Keep the change! What a step off the left foot. And the Fijian International bags 5 for the SaberCats.
Great reply by this Houston SaberCats team. They needed something good to happen before the half. Slater added some fresh legs after his sin bin offense, and then they just got the ball out wide. Down, you said this is where they are dangerous, and they were. Zach Pangilinan pinned the last man in defense. One little step back inside. Excellent work by this SaberCats team. Josiah Vithi scores the try, and they're right back in this contest.
Well, Vithi, one of 7 siblings. There's 3 brothers and 3 sisters. And that is his 5th try in Major League Rugby. Strikes just at the right time. Windsor looking to add the extra 2.
And Dallin, effort has not been a problem for this Houston SaberCats team throughout this Major League Rugby season. Just 1 win out of 6. But again, every game they've been in it and are giving this Glendale Raptors team a fight. That was a big try for them. They needed to score some points before the end of the half.
Windsor. The Australian. Accurate with the boots. 17 points to 7, so just 10 points in this game. And the SaberCats finally come alive here at the end of the first half.
Got time, I think, for one more kickoff, yes. It's going to be Diachval. He's usually pretty precise with his restarts as well. It's another weapon that Glendale love to use.
Goes to the try scorer, Vithi. Has time to spin around. Oh, big collision. Such a strong winger.
No problem.
Flat ball. They go through Makiera. SaberCats. They keep it in hand this time. Turnbull, 24-year-old, has a pet hamster at home watching this game. Is beautiful dummy thrown there by Kalenisau. Still available with inside centre, Yosefa.
He's got the ball.
And then a turnover. The Raptors pouncing on this one. And they get the penalty.
Holding on.
Decision time here for Zach Fenolio. They're going to go for goal. They're going to go for the line out. Yep. Good call by Zach Fenolio. Points on offer. You got a great kicker like Max Diacheval. It's going to end the half, I think. Yeah, unfortunate for the SaberCats. It looked like they were going to do some damage. Yosef with a look at Ata Malifa quickly. Snap of that ball clear. Beautiful defensive effort by Malifa. That led to that three-point effort here by Max Diacheval. Ata Malifa having a really strong first half for this Glendale Raptors team.
Oh, he really is. His wife, Kristen, and his son watching this clash in person. Diacheval lines up this kick. We've seen it did so many times. This one, he's pulled as well. And so, Pangolina, they keep it with Kalinisau. Kalinisau, VT on the outside.
Forward pass and then go, Adam. Okay, thank you.
Forward pass is the call. I'd like to see that play on.
Thank you, Adam. Halftime.
Wow. Interesting stuff there from the SaberCats as they look to run out. Well, 3 tries to 1 is the story of the first half. And we're going to go field side to Mark Stabinos with the Glendale Raptors head coach, Dave Williams.
All right, Dave, you're winning this game. Firstly, you've got 5 Eagles playing tomorrow, so they're absent tonight. Are you happy with the players that have stepped up and taken their position?
I am for the most part. I think we're dropping way too much ball. We're giving away numerous try scoring opportunities there. It's just not good enough. So we've got to regroup, just keep onto the ball, a bit more composure on attack, and then we've got to win some physicality on defence.
Thanks a lot, Dave. All the best of luck for the second half.
Just put some shoes on.
Glendale head coach. So 10 points the difference between these two teams after 40 minutes. And we're going to take a short break and we'll come back with highlights from Infinity Park. It's the Glendale Raptors 17, Houston SaberCats 7. It's the Glendale Raptors that lead 17-7 at the break against the Houston SaberCats. And there have been 3 tries scored by the home side, 1 by Houston. But the American fans are falling in love with Major League Rugby, and why not? When plenty of skill on display like this, it was to Archibald, pinpoint precision. Harley Davidson ranging up on the outside, strikes through for the first try in the game.
And it was the Raptors and Harley Davidson that struck about 5 minutes later too, and a beautiful play by Ata Malifa, that little show and go back inside, outside to Harley Davidson. Turns the quarter to make it 12-0, just like that. And then about 10 minutes later, it was Dylan Fawcett that picked up a loose ball. Referee said he did cross the line to dot down to make it 17-0. And it looked like it was going to be all Glendale at that point. But just about 2 minutes before halftime, Zach Pankalina gets it out to Jasoa Avite to make it 17-7. And it's going to be a second 40 that we won't forget.
Oh, it certainly will be. That the youngsters, the next generation, are carving it up here at halftime. What a thrill for them to be out here as their parents and families look on. Well, we're going to take another short break and come back very soon. It's Glendale 17, Houston 7. Just 10 points separate these two teams here after 40 minutes. Glendale 17, Houston SaberCats 7, as the youngsters carve it up here at beautiful Infinity Park. Well, the story of the first half, well, of course, yellow card affecting play and the Glendale side capitalizing off it.
Yeah, it could have been a lot closer, but it's been that kind of season. You see Chris Slater going in. That's the second time there was an infraction. Chris Asmus had already warned them. Quickly went to the pocket, and immediately the Glendale Raptors scored the try through Dylan Fawcett to make it 17-0. But this Houston team fight, they do. And watch, it's a great opportunity down, Dave. That little mishandle, miscommunication, the knock on. This game could be So much closer, Dallin.
Well, it's SaberCats. Don't go away, rugby fans. We'll return shortly with second half action from Rugby Town, USA, where the Glendale Raptors lead 17-7 against the Houston SaberCats.
Well, Justin, you're still very much in this game. Can you give us a little overview of what was said in the sheds?
I thought we coughed up the ball a little bit too early and too easily in the first 20 minutes. We paid the price for that, and two taken tries by the Raptors. Thought we came back into it. You know, we scored a nice try. Probably could have had another one. This game's very much still on. We got 40 minutes to play, and we'll be giving it plenty.
Thank you very much, Justin, and all the best of luck for the second half.
Cheers. Much better.
Well,
Welcome back to Rugby Town, USA. 17-7 the score in favour of the Glendale Raptors. Let's go down to Mark Stabino sideline.
Well, Justin, you're still very much in this game. Can you give us a little overview of what was said in the sheds?
I thought we coughed up the ball a little bit too early and too easily in the first 20 minutes. We paid the price for that, and two taken tries by the Raptors. Thought we came back into it. You know, we scored a nice try. Probably could have had another one. This game's very much still on. We got 40 minutes to play, and we'll be giving it plenty.
Thank you very much, Justin, and all the best of luck for the second half.
Cheers.
Well, week 8 Major League Rugby, and it's the Glendale Raptors that are kicking off from left to right. They lead by 17 points to 7. I'm Dallas Stafford, joining commentary by USA Rugby legend Brian Visit. This should be a very entertaining 40 minutes. Glendale unbeaten, second on the log, and the SaberCats 7th so far in the season. They go high with the Archibald. This one comes down with a little bit of snow on it as Chris Coyle from Moore Park, California, takes things up. Blake Rogers on the field for the Glendale side wearing 16. Assumption carries on his strong work rate. Windsor to fly off, dips into the pocket and hits us towards the touchline, but Halleman's there, keeps it in field. To Archibald in a good position as Harley Davidson. Got a couple tries already, cuts back in. Davidson always does well to beat the first defender.
Advantage for the knock
Still
on.
for Kalipi. Good carry there by Fafita and now O'Neill.
Bandage over.
Glendale side, advantage now over as Sam Fig throws a no-look pass. Fafita there yet again. Such an active front row forward. Casey Rock. To Archibald, works the same size. That one's gone forward.
Forward pass.
Impatience that time by Max Diachal. He knew it right when he released that ball. Referee Chris Asmussen, good position. He talked about Fafita being so active. There's the forward pass. Yep, Dylan Fawcett just in front of him. You talked about Fafita being so active. Dave Williams made a point to comment about him and Blake Rogers, what an impact they've had in the front row for this Glendale Raptors team this year.
Rogers gets involved there. First scrum for him out of Jesuit High School in Sacramento. 250 pounds as Chris Slater feeds this.
Reset.
So they're going to reset the scrum here for the Houston SaberCats, and well, they just need possession out wide because they are so dangerous.
Yeah, it's been a feature of their team all year long. If they can get them ball, they can do some wonderful things, especially in counterattack.
Across the line, boys, across the line. Here we go, boys. Come up, big strong on you, Chris.
Squeeze. Crouch.
So just saw Beatnik lurking just behind the scrum.
Set.
As Slater feeds this. Windsor ready to attack. Big scrum there. Picked up at the back nicely though from Sumption. Carl Sumption flicks the ball up. It's anybody's game. It's hacked ahead. Kalinisau recovers this for his team.
Leave it now, Blues.
Instead of being on the front foot, it's the SaberCats. They're backpedaling just outside the 22. Sumption yet again gets a few extra meters. Now Windsor stabs it over the top. Halleman in a good position. Big step from Seth Halleman down the touchline. Halleman cuts in yet again. Look at this legend go. What a ball on the inside. Cover tackle by Viti. It's a stunner. Knocks down the supporting runner. Christman, the halfback, did well and then got thumped to the ground. But Halleman, all the tools.
Thanks, Steve.
How electric is Seth Halleman? What a try-saving tackle. Looked like Christman was going to be in for sure. Let's take another look at Halleman's run, though. Perfect position. You talked about. There was the step. There's one. And look at this tackle by Vithi.
Are you okay?
Cuts down Christman.
Good. Didn't get you in
And
the head.
Vithi did well to get back on his feet. Caused that knock-on. So, again, great defensive, desperation defense by this SaberCats team. There's a look at Vithi. Definite try-saving tackle it was on the young scrum half.
Well, let's go down to conditions to Stabino sideline.
Crouch.
Come back to sideline conditions in just a second as the scrum settles. Penalty. Reliever here for the SaberCats.
Point on arm, D on the ground. Tight head prop. Collapse.
Okay, we're good.
If we get that bind further on the back, we are out of problems there. If we get that bind on the back, we're out of
Let's
problems.
go sideline to Mark Stabino.
Well, absolutely perfect conditions down here for the second half. It's about 84 degrees, which has dropped about 10 degrees since the kickoff. A slight breeze, so there should be plenty of great action and limited handling errors today.
Thanks to Bina, certainly will be as the SaberCats look to capitalize next. This time they said Sumption yet again. Straight ball carry. To Archibald, though, sticks his ground, has to roll away from that at ruck time. Ball at the back to Pangilinan. Off the right. Zach Pangilinan to the halfway line for the SaberCats. Flat ball to work with Sumption yet again. Gets his pass away. Beautiful one there to Garber. Better stuff here for the visiting side. Charlie Hewitt played with the London Scottish side, Bath as well, out of England. Oh, this one's been intercepted. Harley Davidson on his bike yet again. No race away. Vitti chasing him down. The Fijian dives, won't get him. Davidson, that's a hat trick. Stunning stuff from Harley Davidson. He is my hero.
I think he's a lot of kids here. There's a lot of kids here at Infinity Park. What a smile on the face of Harley Davidson. Stepped right in front of that pass as Houston looked to be in command here. It's just the missed pass out wide, too flat. Harley Davidson stepped right in front of it, able to outgun Vithi. One desperation attempt right there, but Harley Davidson just too much speed. It was closing, it was getting awfully close. Vithi just slid right down the legs of Harley Davidson, who dots down try number 3 for him personally. It's a bonus point for this Glendale Raptors.
Kick from in front is successful. That takes the Glendale lead 24 points to 7 after 46 minutes. And for the Capital High School in Boise, Life University product Davidson has 3 so far in this Week 8 clash.
Well, I know his old coach at Boise, Snake River, Mike Saunders, is watching Harley Davidson. He watches all his games. He used to be a scrum half back in Snake River. So he's come a long way, put on a lot of weight, played at Life, was a star there, and now he's continued to develop here at Glendale.
Fawcett under this one. Garber has him as he hits the ground. Archibald in the pocket. Big chase there from Connor Murphy, known as the Toad. Quick line out from Vithi. Pangilinan goes to the air. Chases here for the SaberCats. Pangilinan times his jump. Just short as Sam Fig comes away with us. Open space for Fig. He's got Fafita with him. The players have not retreated. Offside play, says referee Asmus. Connor Murphy has a crack himself. The 22-year-old off the bench, sparking things for his side. Connor Cook brings him down. SaberCats trying to up the tempo. Dummy thrown there in midfield by Matt Truvel, the Walrus. The ball's loose. Then Windsor cuts through. Windsor gets the pass away. Truvel in support. Vithi throws one dummy, gets upended. Still available. Kalinisau now. The SaberCats are bringing it right now in the second half.
Release and roll
away. They get
away.
the second penalty in a row.
He has a hand in there. Release and roll away.
And you know what the decision will be here. They're going to go for the line out. They need to score some points. They've come close on a couple of occasions.
Can we just move out of the way so we can kick?
Murphy looked like he was going to find a break, but here's the penalty against Zach Fenolio, I think it was, that not rolled away. He made that initial tackle. Could have been one or a couple Glendale Raptors, but as it is, it's going to be a line out 7 meters out for this Houston SaberCats team. They have to take advantage of their opportunities. They haven't had a whole lot.
Yeah, the ball hit a player.
They botched one earlier.
Yeah.
Prime scoring position here.
Yeah, kind of strange.
Nakayara has to be on target. And it looks like we have Kevin Lynch on for scrum half at the scrum half position, and Wanless has come on as well, wearing the 20 jersey. Creasy Rock has come off, as has Jake Crispin. The youngster had a pretty solid game.
I was just getting out of the way.
SaberCats ready to attack this line out. Good lift with Hewitt.
Maul!
Now the maul to the right-hand side, it serves. Diego Makiera has it on that right-hand side. Right time now on the ground. It's Glendale with a turnover. High fives all around for the forward pack.
That's massive. Outwork, babies.
Sam Fig does so much work in the close quarters. I think it was him that was able to steal that ball. Not releasing was the call on Houston. You heard Chris Asmus say the Houston player missed that clean out. So once again, the Glendale Raptors dodge a bullet. Let's take another look at it. Here's that drive ahead. There's Fig, how good he is on his feet, perfectly positioned. He's been a great addition for this Glendale Raptors team.
Say 2 meters, Cole.
Dave Williams done well. He knew he'd be struggling when the Eagles play the June Internationals, which will happen for the next 2 weekends. Russia tomorrow here in Denver, and then Scotland in Houston. Flat ball there for Wanless. Midfield he goes. Still with London on that far side. Chad London, the rhinoceros. as he's known. South African-born centre. Quick ball there, oneless yet again. Gets his hand free. O'Neill's with him. O'Neill galloping up. Glendale behind the back ball to Malifa. Throws one dummy. Ata Malifa puts it to the boot. The grubber kick sits up and just goes to the touchline.
Ata Malifa, it's like he's 25 again.
Excuse me.
He has some fresh legs. It's great to see him play at the top of his game. Look at the little stab ahead. Connor Cook did the right thing, trying to keep that ball in the field of play, trying to knock that ball back to Harley Davidson. Just a little bit out of his reach. So the creativity starting to show here in the second half for the Raptors.
2 pods then. They go to the middle to the SaberCats. Very good at the lineup. Dummy on the inside ball. Sumption crashes in midfield. Carried by Fenolio.
Stay out.
Nobody on this left-hand side, so finally they're going to switch it back in. Pangilinan cuts into the forwards, beats the couple. Such a strong fullback. Played many years with Ombak out of San Diego. Delight to watch him. His side have another penalty. This time they
roll away
inside their half.
Pangilinan, you can see the frustration. Just could not find much room in this Glendale's defense. Cuts back inside. Ata Malifa gave him a good shot. That's what he wasn't happy about. Either way, though, Houston.
Yeah,
that's a nice touch finder by
to,
Windsor there.
Deal with it, and they came down, but
just outside the 22-meter line. They're still in there, still plenty of time. About 28 minutes left in this contest.
Glendale in particular, yes.
They need to get on the board next, though, do the SaberCats.
SaberCats, so many tight games this season. Lost to San Diego by 3 points, 35-32. Lost to Nola Gold, 24-20. So they will need a huge boost in this game as they wind down this inaugural season. They go to the back. It's Truville, the Walrus, leads their academy program to the line with Sumption.
Stay here.
Still available. Good little loop around. Connor Murphy, though, got had by Fig to the halfway line.
Tackle! Tackle!
So knee on the ground with the ball carrier means they have to release him.
Back.
Almost a turnover there for Fig and the Glendale Raptors. Ball spinning around there for Jake Turnbull. Turnbull from Sydney, Australia. Windsor, flat ball. Big contact on Coyle. 27-year-old play with the USA 7 setup as well. To the short side they work. Truville getting involved yet again. SaberCats a bit flat-footed, which allows Wanless to come over the top of that tackle, helped by Dylan Fawcett. So wide they work. Pangilinan in from fullback. Don't fall for the dummy.
He's
on the field is Connor Mills as well, the 26-year-old. Out of Houston, the local man. Turnover ball off their feet though eventually.
Off feet. He's not supporting his own weight. Time off.
Another penalty coming here to the SaberCats at the break.
Yeah, clear case for forearm on the ground, and then he's back on the ball. Okay. We've had a not rolling away, another not rolling away, and an off feet. Send the message if someone goes. Yep.
Good stern roughing by Chris Asmus. The last warning it is against Glendale. 3 quick penalties in a row. Said one more time, somebody's going to go off. Yeah, it looked like it was a nice steal by Fafita. Then he loses his footing. Now that's what the penalty resulting for. And the benches are so important in these contests. And on the SaberCats bench, Robert Meeson will look to have an impact with his over 20 years of rugby experience, and a couple of Houstonians, Kenneth Hepburn and Connor Mills, look to make their mark when they come on.
Yeah, so important the second half. Well, we've already seen some of the Glendale players on the field. Blake Rogers, Wanless, and Kevin Lynch on the park. But expect big things out of Johnny Ryberg. He's in the 22 jumper today. And Devin Forter certainly can have great work rate around the field. And the big unit, Kwasniewski, dangerous the ball in hand. He'll be in 17 as the coaches will make changes as this match ticks off. Of course, a long season for these sides, especially for Houston. They had the longest preseason out of anybody. Played 620 games. I kid you, but they did. They had assembled for at least 6 months, played a bit too much rugby, And here they find themselves bottom of the log so far, but very tight in the fixtures. Down by 24 points to 7. Working their way back in this game. Assumption of the back of that line out. Couldn't get his pass off to Connor Mills. Now the forwards loop around. Charlie Hewitt. Great carry from Hewitt. Well inside the 22 now. Windsor. Ball over the top. Throws a dummy. Finally has Esdale. Esdale been fairly quiet. Haven't been able to get the ball to him too much. As Turnbull. Quick ball from him. Oh, the stutter. The in. The out. Wow. Matt Truvel. Don't count out a walrus. He is not done. A stunning try. Skills on display. And it's the SaberCats that have their second.
An early birthday present to himself. What a step that was, and a dummy that froze the Glendale defense out wide. And Truville just walked right in. Watch this play. Nice quick hands here. Good handle right there, and then the step goes right through and past the Glendale scrum half reserve. That was Kevin Lynch that fell for that. Matt Truville, 7 skills, 15 skills. That's down for Houston's second try. A well-deserved try by this Houston SaberCats team. Again, down, we've talked about there's been no lack of effort by this SaberCats team all season long. They've been in just about every game. But they just haven't caught the breaks, and a couple of let-ups here and there have resulted in those losses. But again, they're giving this Glendale Raptors team everything they can handle.
Windsor, oh, the wind just pulls that away. Stays to the right, 24 points to 12. Excellent strike back there from Matt Truville. So he's the director of the SaberCats Academy, and his kids will be watching this.
Yeah, good lead-up work by Charlie Hewitt. He was the big second rower. See a happy Luke White.
Let's go down to Stabina sideline.
Just chatted to Houston coach Justin Fitzpatrick. He said his team just needs to hold the ball and win the collision. And you see what happens. They got back on the scoreboard, and that was the main area where they were struggling in the first half.
Thanks, Mark Stabina, former Super Rugby star. Ball's kicked into touch there, but so keeping ball in hand is going to be key for the SaberCats side. That time they go to the touch will give an opportunity here for Glendale as the clock ticks away in the second 40.
All the way
in. Force it to feed this one. Play with the Ohio Aviators a few years back, product of Life University and St. Mary's College. Fig. Big carry from Wallace in the middle, gets the shoulder on Windsor. Difficult one to take to Archibald. Tidies up, throws a dummy. Maximo to Archibald, busting free. To Archibald, goes on the outside, no ways. To Archibald for the line, he's got it. That is a stunning individual try from Maximo to Archibald.
I'll just tell you what I've seen.
What a score.
So the last defender here, tackling the player above the shoulder line.
Yeah, so he's tackled the player above the shoulder line. I don't think it's any more than a penalty, so therefore the advantage is played and the try has been scored for me.
Okay, so yeah, so try's been scored already?
Yeah, try has been scored.
So no problem, so penalty here.
Yeah, I think Chris Asmus was thinking about a penalty try possibly there.
Captain? Number 11, is it? Yeah. So they've scored the try, but had they not scored and he goes to the bin and it's a penalty try, just get the tackles down, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
There you heard the explanation by Chris Asmus. If they didn't score, it was going to be a penalty try and a yellow card offense, but he is going to award that. What a try, man. What a great individual effort it was. And I think you got to give some credit to Fafita there, letting that pass go, didn't force it, didn't try to get that knock on. And here's Diachval. There's the high tackle, but Diachval continues. The momentum carries him over. Great try by Max Diachval.
He made something out of absolutely nothing. Still players on him. So Archibald, bachelor's in mechanical engineering and a master's in bioengineering. Well, what a skillful player this man is. And this kick is over! Archibald adds the extras. And it's this Glendale side, 31 points to 12. 5 tries scored so far.
How about a quick reply? That was by the Glendale Raptors. Diachval just backed himself, didn't create any space there, But again, the line was so close, you can continue your momentum over, and that's exactly what Diacheval did.
SaberCats restart. Oneless is the recipient. Flat ball there for Fawcett, takes it to the line.
Away 5.
Now Diacheval finds Malifa. Halleman, so impressed with his individual skills. This time, 2 players bring him to the deck. They know he can motor. Rogers got that beautiful mullet. Diacheval behind the back, London. Flat ball here, and that one's eventually gone forward to Harley Davidson.
Thanks, Adam. I agree.
Help from the AR that time. You saw the whole Glendale backline. They were questioning why that ball was ruled forward. But the AR helped Chris Asmus make that call. Let's take another look at it here.
Just a bit more, guys.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but they are conferred with the ref. They got it right.
So are you okay with this? Thank you.
It's going to be a Houston put-in now.
Next time we'll get him to move. Are you okay
Let's see if
with
they
that?
still have that fight.
So Houston side, well, they've got that width on attack which they need.
Bind!
See what Connor Murphy can do, former London Irish player and Henley Hawks. His grandfather was a shooter from Great Britain. Push back though to the SaberCats, a difficult ball to take. Flicks it over the top to Vithi. Joshua Vithi gets brought down on that left wing position. Now Assumption, what a work rate he's had in this game yet again. SaberCats with Turnbull now on that right hand side. He's so familiar with Infinity Park, having lived here for a couple seasons. They turn it back on the inside to Hewitt.
Get in!
Houston on the right-hand side. Desperate for try number 3 in this game, but they concede a penalty in opposition territory. Holding on.
Once good solid defense by this Glendale Raptors team. Talking to Davey Williams this week, he wants his team to set up quicker on defense. And they're in perfect position that time to cause that turnover and earn this right for the line out. But defense has been a key feature for this Glendale Raptors team all season long. That's why they're one of the reasons they're undefeated.
We're going to take a 60-second break. Stay with us. It's 31 points to 12. Glendale lead Houston. And welcome back. It's smiling faces here at Infinity Park. Well, their home side, they're leading 31 points to 12. And we have the great honor of USA 15's head coach Gary Gold is here with us in the booth. Gary, give us your thoughts so far on Major League Rugby, the competitiveness, and of course you have 12 players in the current squad they're playing this weekend from this competition.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Major League Rugby at the moment. It's been a bit of a game changer from our point of view in the national setup as well, because obviously for the first time ever we've been able to not only recruit all the pros that are playing in Europe at the moment, but you know the players that we've been able to recruit into the squad for the Emirates summer games are all professional rugby players playing here in the MLR. So getting a handful of guys who are playing professional rugby, training like professionals, conditioned like professionals, has made a huge difference so far. Well, we'll see when the games are being played, but certainly from a preparation point of view, it's been very, very helpful.
Meanwhile, Glendale back on attack. It's Connor Cook ranging up. Connor Cook gets the off-road away. Stunning stuff here from the Glendale side. Beatty, though, with his characteristic shoulder hit, brings him down.
No problem.
Glendale back on attack with Malifa. Their numbers to burn here with Fenolio. The dummy from the Moorcock flicks it back in field. Halleman shuttles a couple of players to the ground. Seth Halleman, a star on the rise. Malifa out wide. The veteran fires one over the top. Big spot tackle there on Connor Cook yet again. Looping around is Malifa. The no-look ball to Cruze on that far side. Ball is still available, though, to Archibald. Wonderful work to keep it alive. Glendale, phase after phase. Big contact from Makiero on him.
Ball available.
Fawcett throws a dummy. To the right they work still. London. Spotted a wave of jerseys in front of him. Some tired bodies out there to Archibald. A drop kick. Maximo Archibald struck the second successful drop kick in the competition. And that'll put his side up 34 points to 12. Well, Gary, you get a chance now to watch all these games. Surely it helps your recruiting process as you prepare now for this international season.
It makes a massive difference. You know, at the beginning of the MLR, we started gathering the stats on every single player within the MLR, and so we're able to monitor them. We're able to make contact with the clubs, get feedback from the clubs in terms of their progress. So it's wonderful. The game is fantastic for these players that are all USA qualified, because it gives them a real good opportunity and a window of opportunity to be seen, to be able to make a go to be a participant in the US team.
And Gary, looking ahead to tomorrow's test match against Russia, when did the team assemble, and what has the preparation been like for tomorrow's match?
It's been really good, Brian. I mean, we got together at the beginning of last week. We had a 3-day camp here in Glendale at altitude, so you know that was really good. Then the guys had to go back to MLR, and they had to go back to their clubs and play last weekend, and then we've been together for the full week this week, so the preparation's been really good.
Are there any individuals in this U.S. squad that you haven't seen before that you're really looking forward to watching tomorrow?
I've been lucky to watch most of them, certainly at MLR standard, but you know, a guy like Paul Mullen, who's been selected for his first cap tomorrow. I mean, it's because he played so well for Houston. So I mean, he's probably our first product from the MLR that has really impressed us, and we've selected him. But you know, there's a handful of guys who are in camp with us at the moment who've all come from the MLR clubs, and you know, we're really excited about that opportunity to be able to watch them play at this level, especially with this intent. And
well, here they go, coming through Kalinisau. Look at the skills from the Fijian flyer. Turns it back on the inside. Looking for the line. It's over. Alex Elkins on the field. First touch. What a try. A response from the SaberCats. And even a side like that, bottom of the log, but they can certainly produce the goods, Gary.
Exactly, and then what we were just talking about now before that break was the intent that they're playing with. You know, you've got to give Justin Fitzpatrick his due. You know, at the end of the day, they're not playing a boring conservative type of game. They're trying to play a ball in hand. They've got a wonderful balance of Alex, who was in the Eagles squad with us as well in the ARC, and a couple of Fijian guys, and you know, their skill level will improve. You know, there's no question of a doubt about it.
And Gary, how do these summer series matches, these two games coming up, you got Russia and Scotland next week, how do they fit in your whole World Cup plans?
Oh, it's a good question, Brian. I mean, the truth of the matter is this is actually the start of our Rugby World Cup preparation. The ARC, for me, as you well know, was an introduction period for me to get to understand and know the players. That went really well. Really enjoyed working with a group of players, but we had some disruptions because some of the guys had to go back to Europe. But it was an opportunity for us to see a broader squad, and you know, now we believe we've selected largely on merit, and we've pretty much put our flag in the ground now, and have made a statement that this is the beginning of our World Cup preparation.
Awesome, Gary. Well, we wish you all the best for tomorrow. We'll be watching very closely. In fact, we may even be on the call. So all the best for that and the rest of the summer series.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. All the best.
Cheers, Gary.
Head coach Gary Gold, US Eagle, coach in charge of our national side. Many of these players will be vying for positions for the Eagles in the years to come. And of course, 12 players make up that squad. As Archibald's kick goes into the try zone area, it's 34 points to 19, dotted down. We're going to go all the way back from where the ball was kicked.
Yeah, it's going to come back to a 22-meter. If it went another meter or so, it would have been on that dead ball line.
Drop out. He's elected to play it.
Stay behind. Cheers. Drop back.
So referee said he elected to play it there, so good refereeing. Asmus catching us out on that occasion. He's got those Hawkeyes as the Canadian charge down. Picked up though, Windsor still has it for the SaberCats. Sumption now. Into open space, 13 minutes to go in this clash. 3 tries from the SaberCats. They step through Kalinisau. He set up that last one. That ball was a very flat one to Diego Makiera. Kicked over the top. A bit of open space behind Seth Halleman. He takes it well though, does the fullback. Halleman steps off that right, is down. This time, throws him to the ground.
Back here.
The Raptors with Brian Wanless. Fresh off the bench. Glendale will have a penalty. And let's go down to Stabino on sideline.
So just chatting to the Glendale coaches, and the keys to shutting out Houston to the rest of this match and take the win is to maintain their line speed and defense. They've been really happy with the way they're defending and putting pressure on the Houston attack and just putting the ball through the phases, staying patient and keeping the ball after 5 or 6 phases, and they should be golden.
Thanks, Mark Stabino, for the sideline comments there. And, well, Glendale put it down that side, so Finoli will get the line-out feed. They've scored 5 tries so far in this game, and a drop kick as well from Maximo D'Archwell. The only other player to kick a drop kick in this competition is on this field as well, wearing a SaberCat jersey, Osio Kalinisau. Nailed one against the San Diego Legion at Torero Stadium several weeks back. Fernolio with O'Neill. Vorder is on the field now. There he breaks through. Devin Vorder, known as the Red Dragon, 28-year-old. Into the fray. Fernolio. Yet again in the movement. SaberCats asked to make a lot of tackles in this game. And there's another one. Good hit there from Connor Mills. And Rogers ducks down. Good counter ruck though. And then off their feet.
Off feet. Stay up.
Good ball retention again, and Blake Rogers was instrumental in 2 or 3 of those recyclings.
Time off, subs.
He's put in a lot of work. Davey Williams, both coaches getting fresh legs onto the field. I see James Delboski's come on. Harley Davidson.
Thank you.
Going to take a break, or is he going to go to fullback? Nick Johnson has come on there. You see Seth Halleman going off, so I think Harley Davidson shifting over to fullback. And Sam Fig, who's had a really strong game, he gets a well-deserved break and a well-deserved clap on the back too for a great effort. And it looks like Max D'Archwell is going to try to add 3 more points to this Glendale scorecard. Well, I think our questions have been answered, Dallin, about the depth of this Glendale squad. It seems like whoever they brought in has just kind of plugged the hole seamlessly. There's really not a hiccup. You heard Davey Williams at halftime. He wasn't too happy with the way his team played in that first half, and he's a taskmaster. But again, this Glendale team just turns it on when they need to. They make the desperate defensive play when they have to, and they just are a very smart, veteran-based group with a lot of promising youngsters coming up through their ranks.
That's right. June 16, they'll play Seattle here at home, and then they'll play San Diego Legion away in their final game on June 23. So 2 more to go after this as Maximo D'Archwell puts his right foot back in action. The flags are raised. Another 3 points for the fly half, and it's Glendale 37 and Houston SaberCats 19.
D'Archwell's been very good. Been a number of players in that back line that have been very good. I think Adam Malifa's had his strongest game in the Glendale jersey in quite some time. Chad London put in some solid work. Seth Halleman as well from the fullback position. And Philippa, another great effort from the front.
Connor Cook knocks us one. Bobbling ball to the Archibald. Goes for the touchline. Good clearance kick.
The ball is taken back by Blue. Yeah, correct.
Ball taken back inside the 22-meter line. From that kickoff, it was batted back.
I saw the player touch it here, and then I saw a gold player touch it inside the 22.
And it went off his shoulder.
Yeah, but it was inside the 22. Taken back originally by Blue.
So ball taken back into the 22. Line out for Gabriel Romero to throw this one. First touch for him. It's important one. It's a line out on attack. They do well to Truval, the try scorer. SaberCats into the last 8 minutes of this game. It certainly hasn't been one-way traffic at all against the unbeaten Glendale side. The SaberCats have had a lot to shout about. As Truval, bust free. Gets the shoulder down, throws a dummy. Truval almost opened up for him yet again. Robert Neeson on the field. Man from Sebastopol, the famous barbecue grill master in 19. SaberCats hammer away yet again. Windsor wants ball to attack wide. They turn it back on the inside. Elkins, what a dive!
Yes.
Alex Elkins gets a double. The substitute salutes to high heavens. And he has scored a 4th try for the SaberCats.
Great finish again by the SaberCats squad. What a nice little pass back inside to Elkins. You could tell the communication was there. Watch they go out wide. Everybody thought it was going to be channeled out wide. Nice little shovel back inside to Alex Elkins from Connor Mills. And a well-deserved bonus point it is for this Houston SaberCats team with that 4th dot down.
3 of those tries coming in the second half. They trailed 17-7 at the break. Have responded nicely here in the second 40. Windsor. St. Edmunds College. 30-year-old takes his time, about 6 minutes left in the game to bring things closer. That one unsuccessful, so 37 points to 24, 13 points the difference.
Everybody enjoying a really good night here at Infinity Park. Good crowd on hand, seeing a very entertaining contest. Just when it looks like Glendale's going to run away with things, this Houston SaberCats team strikes back in great fashion. Scored some really good tries.
Yeah, with you. Keep your width, Bill.
Goes down here to Garber. Cecil Garber takes it into the contact. Cooking instructor for teammate Lindsay Stevens. They go back to Windsor, does well to bobble the ball. Keeps it in hand. Little gap there for Mills. Flings a one-hand pass away. SaberCats. 2 converted tries needed to win this clash. 5 minutes to go. They're inside their 22.
Good competition.
Big contact. Ball taken down there by Chris Parker, the 31-year-old from England. Now over the top. Space to operate. Stepping back in beautifully, Elkins. What an impact he's made in the second half.
Clear release.
East side will get a penalty, and Kalinisau taps and goes. Not 10 is Rogers.
Play advantage,
Connor
not
Cook.
10 meters.
They have advantage for the not 10 meters.
7.
Kalinisau again bumps another. Still going. The strength to the outside center. Sheer determination. Windsor steps back in. They get his right boot.
Playing advantage, not 10. It was Devin Vaughter. I think that got pinged for that penalty, not 10 meters when they made that tackle attempt. But what a run that was by Kalinisau. He just stayed on his feet, went right through about 4 or 5 Glendale Raptors.
On the line?
Well, you've seen it on the Sevens World Series, but then he scores because there's only 7 players on the field. Right, he had taken them all on himself. Just such an entertaining player to watch. And imagine training and playing alongside a gold medal Olympian. SaberCats, time not on their side.
Romero finds Truval. Short ball, Shumpson yet again. What a strong game he's had. The captain barrels his side forward. Truval throws a dummy. Look at that deft footwork of his. The skills for the lock forward. Oh, this one was knocked backwards. SaberCat ball. Sumption tidies things up to the right-hand side. They work. Houston now cutting back in is Windsor.
Not held.
Wasn't held, so he's able to go a few extra meters. Kalinisa, a couple of dummies. The Texans fire a short ball there. Meeson comes flying in. Flat one to Truval yet again.
Sit up, Jakey.
Tiring stuff from both sides. Kalinisa once, shouting on that right-hand side, gets the ball over the top. It's a good pass. Looking to cut back in to Houston. Parker is in there as well. That one well picked from Garber. SaberCats still with ball in hand. They come to the left-hand side. Mills shifts it across. Pangolin and can't hold, but Elkins cuts back in. Barrels through the first as O'Neill brings him down into the 22. Houston, quick ball on the right-hand side. Rogers big hit.
High tackle, number 16, penalty.
Penalty advantage. Houston want the penalty. They want a tap and go.
I'm not going to let you knock the ball like that, then go quickly. Yeah.
What do you want?
16 above the shoulder line.
Blake Rogers called for that high tackle. Boy, Houston had all the momentum going in their favor. Another nice kick. Gets it close for Sam Windsor to set up this line out. Been very impressed with Truval, been very impressed with Sumption. Good hard work rate by both ends.
Thank you.
There's the high tackle by Rogers. Connor Murphy tried that quick tap penalty. Referee said no, you got to bring it back to the mark.
Who's the receiver, boys? Who's the receiver?
Words at the front there from Jake Turnbull.
Perfect.
Turnbull, former child actor. Go to Truval, the walrus. Brings it round the line out. Sumption peels away. Maybe a bit too early. The Raptors defense read that.
Back 19.
Garber burrowing for the line. Houston, Pangolinan, the dummy. Last few minutes played here in Glendale's 22. Oh, that one knocked.
Boy, the frustration's really evident there. Matt Truval. You can see the moments of brilliance by this Houston squad. But then those moments that just collapse all the momentum they have. And that was a knock-on, trying to drag that pass behind him back in to his mitts. Couldn't handle it. And again, the Glendale Raptors off the hook. It's been that kind of season for this Houston squad, though. They've come so close so many times, have just not been able to finish.
So right, this will put them 1-6 in the season thus far. They've had tremendous support in their home games. They will be forced to reckon with in year 2. Siren sounds in back play for the Glendale Raptors with Malifa. Oh, Malifa into a brick wall. You don't see that on the rugby field.
Use it!
Archibald puts this one out. And referee Asmus says that'll do us here at Infinity Park. And it's 6-0. The Glendale Raptors in the inaugural season remain unbeaten as they eye the Major League Rugby playoffs. They defeat Houston here in Week 8 by a score of 37 points to 24. We're going to take a short break and come back with highlights and interviews up next. Glendale 37, Houston 24.
Major League Rugby was brought to you by Aviva, pushing boundaries in the digital world where everything is possible. Learn more at aviva.com. It's game time, and Karbach Brewing wants to remind you that nothing goes better with a game than a cold Love Street Blonde or Hopadil IPA, proudly brewed in Houston. And by Baylor College of Medicine is proud to be the official healthcare providers of the Houston SaberCats.
Well, it's the home side that emerged victorious, 37-24 against the Houston SaberCats. Well, they clinched this one. They go 6-0, and the crowd, well, they were entertained. Tries aplenty in the first and second stanza. And it was our man Harley Davidson. Oh, he was on fire. The intercept pass going the distance. Chased down by Fijian international. Viti has the dive, but it's not good enough. It's try number 4.
There was still plenty of fight back with this Houston SaberCats team. The veteran Matt Truville, look at the dummy. Froze Lynch and scored. The SaberCats try to make it 24-12. They're totally in this game at this point. A great individual effort here by Max Diacheval. He had Harley Davidson on his outside looking for number 4, but Diacheval didn't need it again, and through that tackle attempt by Viti, able to down to make it 31-12. And you don't see this too often, just the second time in Major League Rugby. Max Diacheval with a drop kick makes it 34-12. But the last 2 tries were scored by the SaberCats. Kalina Sao gets it back inside to Alex Elkins. He came on in the second half, made a major impact for the SaberCats team. And then with about 8 minutes left in this context, Elkins takes that inside pass, back inside to finish off the scoring, making it 37-24.
Well, our man of the match, our O'Brien Rugby man of the match today is Harley Davidson. Obviously one of the best names in the business, but 3 tries today. A stunning performance by yourself. It was still tight though.
Yes, they were a really good squad, and it's awesome to get good competition. Major League Rugby first year. There's competition throughout all the teams. It's fairly even, and I think it's going to be great for growing USA Rugby.
And Harley, you had Will McGee, and now you have Max Diacheval. You can't have 2 better fly halves than that. How about that first weighted kick right to you?
Oh, it was perfect. I guess I was just in the right place at the right time. It was a great kick by Max. And
well, let's take a look at it right here. Describe it for us. What do you think of that ball in the air?
I wasn't thinking. I was just going for the ball. That's it.
Well, that started things off, and it didn't end there. Again, why don't you walk us through this one?
Oh, it was great hands. We did a good job going around the corner, spreading them out, and then it's just hands.
And what'd you see on that one?
I just reacted.
Just a lot of open field,
I just reacted, yeah.
Yeah, but it must be a joy, though. You have Afta Malifa, you have Chad London on your inside. I mean, it's got to be a joy to play with these guys week in and week out.
Oh, yeah, terrific guys. The one thing that's coming down here is I struggle a little bit getting confidence, and these guys just build me up. They set me up and back me the whole way, and it's been an honor to be here.
Well, Harley Davidson doing us proud with a name like that, of course, scorching through for 3 tries in this game. Congratulations. Wish you all the best for the rest of the season, and of course, when the playoffs come up too.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Harley.
Well, thanks for joining us here in Glendale, Colorado, where the Raptors have defeated the SaberCats by a score of 37-24 to close out Week 8 of the first Major League Rugby season. For Brian Visit, Mark Stabina, our entire crew, I'm Dylan Stafford saying thanks for watching.